Ladies and gentlemen, the lion's about to roll. Let's all get ready for the battle. Round number one.
All right, you've heard the introductions from Malvin, who's the ring announcer. And okay, so we are on all red trunks. That's Enock Musambudzi, the middleweight Zimbabwean champion, up against the man in white and blue. That's Lazarus Sithole from the Air Force of Zimbabwe. But he was part of the Mau Mau stable. That's Enock Musambudzi. He went to South Africa. I don't know, things didn't go down well for the man. Then he's back in Zimbabwe. And yeah, he's actually preparing for a big fight. He's going to be fighting in the DRC at some point later on.
Enock looks very relaxed in this opening round. Good uppercuts, taking his time studying Lazarus. Lazarus seems to be the more anxious fighter, and Enock is technically sound, at least so far, proving himself to be the Zimbabwean champion that you said he is.
Well, these are early days. We wait to see maybe if the man from Air Force can actually prove us wrong. But a wild right hook from the man from Air Force. But then he seems to have more power. That's Enock Musambudzi. But yeah, both boxers trying to maybe read each other. And this normally is what happens the early minutes of the first rounds. But then for the man from the Air Force, those hooks don't have that much of a sting power.
Yeah, I think the Lazarus is wasting punches. He can clearly see that Enock is blocking, and I do not know whether he thinks his punches are going to go through Enock's hands, but definitely wasting his power. And Enock is more composed, more technical, taking his time, knowing that it's a 6-round fight. Lazarus seems to be all out in a kamikaze mode.
Kamikaze mode, you can say, but it seems Enock is tiring the man up. For me, it's all going to be fireworks, maybe sooner or later in this round or maybe in the second one. But he seems to be keeping all the energy, and this man keeps throwing his punches, but already he's breathing heavily.
Breathing heavily, quite right, and you spotted it spot on there.
And this is just the first round.
He is getting Lazarus tired, and it is the first round, and that just shows you the experience that Enock is fighting with as a champion.
Not that we are all in support of Enock, but we are here for Zimbabwean boxing. We do not have a boxer we support, but we just talking about boxing as it is right now. Your take on the first round?
Definitely, I think Enock landed the more effective punches, and he was more economic with his punches. Lazarus was mostly throwing punches that Enock was blocking, and I don't think they should have scored in the mind of the judges.
Rightfully, let's, as you said, let's wait to see what happens in the second round. But for me, I don't think we're going to go all the way to round number 6.
I don't think so either. I think if Enock's strategy is to make Lazarus tired, he is definitely going to get tired in the second round, and then I see Enock finishing him off in the third.
We're going on to round number 2. We see Enock Musambudzi in his corner, the great Mr. Thomas Kambui there. That's his trainer, and Cho. That's what's been what is being called out by the fans out there. Cho. That's Enock Musambudzi's nickname, and the man Enock. I'm putting my money on Enock so far.
Quite right. He opened up with a very good straight left. Another one caught him. Ducking the uppercuts that Lazarus is throwing. Body shots. It's getting dirty. Oh my God. It seems like Enock stumbled for a moment, but he's liking it. He's enjoying himself in there. It seems like he's making Enock waste his power, toying with Lazarus. It's really exciting to watch.
Very exciting to watch. I think Enock should be able to use straight jabs, 1-2 jabs. It will actually work for him, work in his favor, because I don't know, a good left straight maybe come through with a right hook, it can work, but then who knows? It can be comedy for him playing around with his opponent, but some of these punches are really getting to him.
I agree with
they're actually damaging him.
I agree with you. He needs to let go of his hands. Enock needs to let go of his hands. Right now he's being gun shy, and I thought he would actually be the same fighter that he was in the first round. I do not know what instructions his corner gave him. But he is definitely gun shy so far in the second round.
Okay, let's wait to see Cho. A lot of supporters gunning out for Enock Musambudzi, but then
The crowd is trying to get Mr. Enock Cho into the match because he's not throwing, and he just let go of a very good 1-2-3 combination right there that got the attention of Lazarus.
That's a good left by the man in white and blue, Lazarus Sithole, and obviously that good left, it got to him.
It definitely did stumble Enock, and it's probably one of those punches that they are learning at the Air Force because it was technically sound right there.
I like how you get to say that, but the man from the Air Force trying to come up with a couple of body shots there, but they're not really getting to Enock. They're not really damaging, but then he has managed to throw a lot of punches, but then I don't know how Enock is doing it now, but he should be coming up with a couple of these straight punches, because the way he's fighting, not for me. It's not working for me.
Quite a different fighter from the first round, and so far I'm scoring this round for Lazarus, which will have them even if this round ends like this, with Lazarus taking the second round and Enock taking the first.
With Enock Musambudzi looking at going to fight some of these big boxers in Africa, he should actually be showing that he's actually better than the man from Air Force. I don't know, your take on this one?
I think it's bread and butter for Lazarus. I mean, he's in the Air Force. These are things that they train every day, I'm sure. But let's see how it goes. And I thought he would be tired in the second round. He's proving me wrong. He has a good gas tank, good stamina. He seems to be a very tactical, to my surprise, a very tactical fighter. But let's see how he holds up for the next 4 rounds, if it does get to 4 rounds. But Enock has to show us something new if he is going to steal the next round away from Lazarus.
So far, I'm not impressed with both boxers. I'm not impressed, especially Enock. He has the upper hand, I think. But then he, like I said earlier on, he's got big fights coming up, and he should show that he is able to go out there and challenge some of these big names in Africa.
Yeah, quite right. Let's just give him time, yeah? We don't know what he was told by his corner, but definitely he has come out gun blazing in this. Lazarus is just throwing wild shots. He's a brawler right now, throwing to the body, but Enock seems to be blocking all the punches, ducking and weaving. Good combination by Enock. Oh my goodness. It has the... Oh my goodness. He is making Enock miss. Cho is actually very good at the bopping and weaving, just showing his... Wow, he's champion status. Did you see that?
Yes, the fans gunning out for Cho, the man in red and black. But then at the beginning, they're coming through with a couple of very good punches, which got to Lazarus. But then Enock is actually responding to Lazarus' style of fighting, whereby he's being pushed around, and he should be the one to control this one.
I agree. Right now, Enock has been pinned into the corner where he is getting a lot of punishment from Lazarus. He needs to get himself out of the corner if he's going to save himself from this punishment. Body shots by Lazarus. Enock is trying to move himself out of the corner, but he needs to pivot. Actually, he needs to pivot away from the corner. Good push. Now Enock is out in the corner, taking the fight to the center of the boxing ring. But he is still not throwing any meaningful punches. All I can see is defensive work, bopping, weaving, and blocking.
You are right on that one, and we've been waiting right from the beginning that Enock is going to come through, maybe with all the punches, with all the power, but then we are still waiting. Nothing has come so far. I don't know. I actually thought in the beginning that maybe it was a strategy being used by Enock, but then, hey, where are those big punches?
It seems like Enock is a first-round fighter, in my opinion, because the only time he proved to be a champion, it seems, was the first round. Every round so far, after the first, is definitely all Lazarus. Lazarus with an uppercut. Lazarus is looking like the more likely boxer to get the knockout. There is no sting in Enock's punches. He has been saved by the... Oh my God, that was a late punch by Lazarus. That should be a point taken away, rightfully so. I think the emotions got the best of Lazarus right there.
The referee should be able to control, because he actually took away a point, but I'm not quite sure because he held the boxer's hand. When you're taking away a point, you should hold the boxer's hand, and to every judge, show that you're taking away a point. So a bit of confusion to the judges. They don't know, but your take on this one?
Definitely going to get Enock pumped up, because that was a late punch, and we are going to have to see how Enock responds to that. But if I were in Enock's corner, I would be telling Enock to make this a personal fight so that we can waste Lazarus's energy and then be more technical and deliver the knockout blow.
Thanks to the Zimbabwe Wrestling and Boxing Control Board, being head obviously by Mr. Musambudzi, who is the CEO, and the commissioning the sport of boxing. We've had quite a couple of boxing tournaments, but because of COVID-19, obviously, we're looking at getting more and more of these tournaments. This tournament obviously being staged, and people are wearing their masks, all COVID-19 protocols being taken, and a crowd of less than 50 people. But then a lot of supporters gunning out for Enock Musambudzi, but the man not living up to the expectations of the supporters.
There was a very good left hook earlier on by Enock, and it seems like Lazarus is now clinching Enock, because Enock is getting back into this fight. Maybe he's got the second wind from the supporters that are behind him. Another left hook by Enock. Enock seems to be putting the pressure, but Lazarus is standing his ground. He keeps on punching Enock to the body. Lazarus is not giving up this fight. He knows he's winning it, and he just wants to put the finishing punch on his combination. Again, Enock is in the corner, taking a lot of punishment from Lazarus.
Taking a lot of punishment, the man putting him in the corner. It's he seems tired. That's Lazarus, the man from the Air Force. But then I don't know, Enock. That strategy of putting Enock in the corner, it's working for him, because he's been throwing in a lot of punches, and for me, Enock is still waiting, just telling himself, I will get him. I will get that one big punch, but it might not come. It may actually come to you.
Lazarus is actually delivering all the first punches after the referee releases them from the clinch. It's such an amateur thing to do for Enock to drop his hands after the referee releases them from the clinch. Every time Enock is being released from the clinch, he's getting jabbed to the face by Lazarus.
And obviously, showboating, that doesn't work. We've seen it. It doesn't work. You try and work with showboating, and you put your guard down. Obviously, you need that guard up, because if those big punches, those big hooks get to him, that man from the Air Force has too much power in his hands, and that one big punch can actually change the course of this fight.
I'm sure from everything that I've seen, we're going to have more boxers going to the Air Force to train boxing.
End of the round, so we're going on to the fifth round.
Round number 5.
Yes, we're going on to round number 5 after what?
Let's not, I was going to say, let's not forget our sponsor, ZLG, that is giving us the water that we need.
Alliance Insurance.
Quite correct.
And Auto Boxing Club, who are also the main sponsors of the event. The Zimbabwe National Boxing and Wrestling Control Board commissioning the fight. And yeah, let's see, Chochocho, is he going to live up to the expectations of the fans? But not looking good on both boxers. I'm not impressed.
Look, first of all, I wasn't impressed with Lazarus, but I have to admit he has won me over. He is delivering the more effective punches after round 1. The only round that I would score for Enock, in my opinion. And every other round since that, Lazarus has been dominating Enock. Enock has no answer for the fury of punches that are coming. It's a plethora of punches unanswered that Enock is taking. It's just punishment.
It is punishment, as he says, but then I don't know, maybe Enock fighting as if maybe he's the late great Muhammad Ali. In the days they used to go for 15 rounds, 20 rounds, maybe saying to himself he's saving the energy maybe for round number 15. But then we are waiting on for punches to come. Not much in terms of punches.
Good couple of jabs delivered by Enock on Lazarus, but nothing too worrisome for Lazarus. It seems like Lazarus has laughed them off. Lazarus is going in for the clinch, putting pressure on Enock. Enock is definitely tired. There's no question about it.
I expected more. But then the men from the Air Force, a bit of energy there. I don't know where the energy is coming from, but
good footwork.
Look at the man.
Good footwork by Lazarus, dancing around.
Seems to be telling himself that he's now maybe in control. I don't know.
Kind of reminded me of the late great Muhammad Ali, doing the sting like a butterfly footwork.
Bumaye, but that's a good right by Enock Musambudzi. That one actually got to the men from the Air Force. That's the end of round number 6. And man, I thought we were going to have an early knockout, but it's not to be.
No, at this point, Enock just needs a knockout to win this fight. Even if he wins this last round, he is not going to win this fight because the past 4 rounds, definitely I scored them for Lazarus. But hey, who knows?
We are not judges. We can actually be looking at other things, maybe where judges will be saying that man in the blue corner is just throwing out punches, but they're not getting to the body. Yeah, I don't know. Let's wait and see. This is the last round of the bout, and yeah, I didn't think we'll get all the way to round number 6, but this is the last round. Let's wait to see the man in red. That's Enock Musambudzi, and Lazarus Sithole wearing white and blue. But Sithole has actually managed to control this one.
Definitely, I think Sithole is in control of the fight. I don't know what instructions he got from his corner, but ever since round 1, he has been very effective. A couple of punches that Enock sneaked in right there on Lazarus that caught Lazarus' attention. Lazarus has been bothered, driving him to the corner. Now the fighters are in a clinch, talking to each other. It seems like Lazarus is telling him, "You're not going to win this fight, Enock."
I like it when boxers get to talk in the ring and trying to bring one down. You remember the late great Ali? Rumble in the jungle. He'll keep telling George, "Come on, George, you can do better, George," and try to bring your opponent down. But it has worked in the man in white's favor, I think. I don't know, but we are not the judges. Maybe Enock, when he gets those punches, he's been scoring very well.
Definitely, I think Lazarus is looking for the knockout, but it seems like Enock looks strong. He might win it on points at this stage. He gives him a very good right hook. Oh my gosh! I do not know how Lazarus is still on his feet. That was a good right hook from Enock right there.
Okay, the mouthpiece, mouth guard was dropped, but with what I know, they should actually continue fighting. You shouldn't have stopped them. The referee is allowed to actually kick the mouth guard to the corner. Then when the blurry of punches have stopped, then he can get to the mouth guard. He should have continued. I see there Mr. Patrick Mukondiwa, one of the top referees and judges, actually complaining to the referee that he should have let them continue.
Right. I agree. I think it gave Enock some time to catch his breath, and he has now come out with a fury of punches. But I don't think it's enough for him to win or steal the fight from Lazarus.
10 seconds left to this one, and the man on top of things, Lazarus Sithole. That's the end of the bout. What a fight, what a bout, but I expected more from both boxers, especially Enock Musambudzi. We have on our papers 6 rounds. I'm not quite sure. Would have to be corrected, maybe going on to 8 rounds. This is round number 7. We thought it's going on to 6 rounds, but we have been corrected. It's actually a bout of 8 rounds. So who knows? Maybe Chochocho has been saving his energy for these rounds, and I think that's a slip. That's a slip.
It looked like a slip, but I actually think it was a knockout. It was a knockdown. The referee is counting him, but it seems like Lazarus is back on his feet. This is incredible stuff that we're seeing from Enock, the Zimbabwean champion, who has seemed to be a different boxer. Oh my goodness, another stumble by Lazarus.
I did tell you that Enock normally saves his energy for later, but then this one, a flurry of punches coming through there. Lazarus seems to be wobbly and
definitely wobbly.
Spaghetti feet.
Oh my goodness, it's all Enock right now. Enock is connecting with every punch he's landing, and Lazarus is looking for the clinch on every opportunity.
The referee should control this one. Tell the man to break. Yes, Lazarus is out already. That's a knockout. This one is over. This one
look like it is. We thought this was a 6-round fight, and if it was 6 rounds, I definitely had it scoring for Lazarus.
You ask that man where he is. I don't think he'll tell you. He'll know, but he's gonna finish this one off.
Continue, and oh my goodness!
Oh my God! This one is over. The man from the Air Force is down, Lazarus Sithole.
Just like that!
I did say earlier on, Enock Musambudzi, normally, he knocks them out later. He saves the best for later.
After 7 rounds of great boxing, by knockout, on the first minute, 57 seconds of round 7. The winner from the right corner, Enock Musambudzi.
I am with Enock Musambudzi, the winner, the champion, the middleweight champion. Enock, well done. Magorogoto. There's a bit of a noise. So, Enock, you've been training. I understand you've got a couple of big fights coming through. Saka, your take on your performance, Papa. Are you happy? Nema Ruiro awaita pa fight.
I'm not that happy because I don't know how to pick. But I think for the next fights, I'll be well prepared.
Next fights, because you've got a couple of big fights coming through. I must say, Maruiro Maita, the first rounds, I was not impressed. I thought maybe you're going to use more of your jab. Out maybe you would blame Maruiro Angachita, which is a dirty fighter. What would chicha ungati dai wagadzirisa kana kuti marwiro ake akutadzisa strategy yawangu wakaronga iwe?
Ndingati ndatadziswa strategy yanga ndakaronga, asi kuti inini nacoach vanga vatonudza kuti first 4 rounds tamba according to his tune, then kana tabva round 5 chikwira ndakutamba boxing yangu because he's a dirty boxer.
Nice one. So for Enock Musambudzi, where to now? Totarisira zvipi in future?
I think coach wangu angona kupindura Mr. Kamboy.
Nice one, coach. The coach is here, Mr. Tom. Congratulations, Thomas Kamboyi. Where to for the champ? We know there's a couple of big fights which were being planned. So are we still on with those fights? When and where?
Thank you, Prominence. Actually, it has been a very tough fight. You know, he was just coming to Enock. Our strategy definitely was to hit him on the run, but because he was just coming, so we said, no, let's take him on pound for pound. But our way forward now, we've got a fight in Namibia on the 3rd of December. So we're going back to the gym just to prepare so that we will take, you remember, Ndafoluma, Namibia, here we come.
which went all the way. So this time around, the belt is coming to Zimbabwe.
I've no doubt. We just need to prepare. Yes, actually we are fighting away from home, and Namibia is also our second home. We just respect the Namibians, but the respect ends there. We have to do the talking right inside the ring. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas Kambui. All the best in Namibia.
Thanks, you.
Nice one. Good fight. Good fight.